them probably did get diddled.
Yeah. It's like Macaulay Culkin. It probably wasn't Michael Jackson, but
he seems like he's finally got his life together.
Yeah.
At least on the surface.
He's got a kid and he's hooked up with a Disney person though too.
Really?
His wife was like a ex-Disney chick.
Actress or like
I feel like Sweet Life with Zach and Cody didn't have like some Asian chick that was like on the yeah. I think that's like who he's
Brenda
married
Song?
to. Yeah. I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
Macaulay Culkin's got a kid with Brenda Song.
Yeah, and like he was married to Mila Kunis for a while. Not married, but he dated Mila Kunis for a very long time.
Dude,
like they were engaged, but like never got married.
I'm gonna look this up real quick.
He's an interesting. He was obviously like addicted to drugs for.
Yeah, he was.
But it seems like his face somewhat's recovered from.
He looked normal in Righteous Gemstones.
Yeah, but he kind of had he looked like Elliott Smith a little bit. And when he was really Elliott Smith is that guy that's like that a singer-songwriter guy that looked like he was 75 when he died at himself. 30. Yeah, but like from a self-inflicted heart in suicide wound from his heart, but it was during an interview with an argument with his girlfriend. Definitely, it was it's kind of like a Cobain, Folks Cobain. Because 0.1% of all suicides are from self-inflicted heart wounds.
Right.
Nobody kills himself that way.
Yeah, I know. Except that NFL player who wanted to preserve his brain.
That was a shotgun blast to the chest.
What were the other ones? The sketchy ones?
No, I'm saying that he was with a knife.
Oh
yeah.
Damn, dude, I did not know Brenda Song and Macaulay Culkin were married.
Yeah, is it
since 2017?
Yeah, it's a weird fucking. It's like you have to be together. You have to have it mentally together to be able to.
She seems like she maybe have it together. Who knows though?
Yeah, but for a Disney person, sure, she's not a fucking. She hasn't been they them 3 different times.
Yeah, she had that sick ass kung fu movie. You remember that? Brenda. I don't know. Homecoming Warrior,
okay,
some shit where she's like a fucking samurai. Her cousin comes from Japan.
No, I've never.
And he's
seen
like a native Japanese samurai, and I don't know.
Did she makes the kung fu look believable?
Probably not. If I were to watch it now, I'd be like, how the fuck did I like this?
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
That happens to me very often.
And then did you see that also that he dated Macaulay Culkin dated Mila Kunis for fucking ever?
That's wild.
Before Ashton Kutcher, that's. He would have been on drugs, I think, when he was dating Mila Kunis.
Well, she and Ashton Kutcher got together during that 70s show.
Well, then again after. Because he was married to fucking Demi Moore for a long time.
During the 70s show era?
Between him and Mila Kunis' relationship. When she would have been with Macaulay, he would have been with Demi.
Demi. Yeah. Is it Demi or Demi?
Whatever. Demi. I feel like it's Demi by itself, but it's Demi Moore or whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. Demi, that sounds like the dumbest fucking name. Demi.
The best name of all time is Haha Clinton Dix.
Yeah, you're right.
It's because it's just and the whole name is a joke.
Yeah.
It starts with the punchline, I guess.
That one's cool too because he's actually a half decent football player. Like he's on the field, he's always playing. He's making plays.
Yeah.
I think he's a tight end.
Is he still playing?
Yeah, on the Colts.
Yeah, it's
last I saw. I think
he was set up for success. Some people are just predestined for success because of their name.
Dude, I went to high school with this black kid. His name was Athletic.
Get the fuck out of here.
And so he was on the football team, and he was a year younger than us for 2 years. By the time I graduated high school, he was obese.
He was white?
Black kid.
No, of course.
Yeah. So his name was Athletic, and by the time we graduated, he was obese and was just like doing drugs.
Yeah, I'm gonna I'll just beep the last name. I gotta keep I'm gonna keep the first name.
All right.
But yeah, because that's like the first name Athletic. Yeah. Get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
That's I gotta. There's no way I'm cutting all of that.
Yeah, no, just put something funny over the last name.
I'll just beep the last name. Yeah. Like I think I beeped something you said last time, and I don't even remember what it was.
I think it was about that.
I think I beeped it. You said
yeah.
Maybe I'll do it again this time. Beeping is just a fun thing that you can
and
it's just like that.
You can get creative with it.
Yeah, exactly. Coming to you live from international waters. This is Butt Pirate Radio. I'm your host, Patty LaBelle, and today I'm joined by
Shaka Khan.
Shaka Khan.
Good to be here.
Yeah, happy to have you.
Yeah, thanks for having me again. I'm back in the saddle.
Yeah, how you been since? You been all right?
I'd say I'm the same. Every time someone asks me how I've
I'm the
been,
same. Yeah, that's a good point. I feel like because of this week's news, like I had to record something. Like the news story of the week that took the cake, that fucking Kanye going on Alex Jones. Like I knew that there was a mass shooting, and nobody gives a fuck about the fact of mass shooting. What happened like a week or so ago?
Colorado.
Yeah, and it's just like all anybody wants to talk about is Kanye.
Yeah, dude.
Going on Alex Jones. Like,
did you watch that Alex Jones thing or any of it?
No, I can't watch when it seems kind of obvious when Kanye is having a manic episode.
Yeah,
and I just can't watch it.
It's kind of brutal.
Yeah,
it made it easier that he was wearing a ski mask.
Made it easier.
Yeah,
yeah. Freudian slip. That was nice. And it's like, I think Kanye was sent by the pedophile elite to distract everyone from Balenciaga's softcore child porn ad earlier in the week.
Yeah. Anytime something like that happens, where some major powerful corporation has their own Freudian slip almost publicly, something else happens to take attention away from it.
And Kanye, I guess, has like deep ties with the Balenciaga thing, with the CP scandal. Is like has whatever it goes back to like Adidas, whatever was like the main guy calling the shot at Adidas has to do something with Balenciaga.
Yeah.
Who Kanye's like two biggest deals were with, and then Kanye has a manic episode. This week, Amazon replied about how they're not pulling the documentary down.
Yeah.
They're like, we wanted. That's pretty wild.
Yeah, it is.
That like I'm for Amazon. I don't care what it is. They could like. Pulling content because of shit like if it's up. People should be allowed to have an opinion, but I'm surprised that Amazon wasn't like, yeah, this is kind of crazy.
What was it? It was a Black Israelite thing.
Just an hour and a half documentary on why black people shouldn't like Jews.
I kind of want to watch it. I mean, if it wasn't generating a lot of views for them, they probably would have pulled it. So people are watching it. And
it's like you should also be able to. I would like to watch it so you can have the opinion of like, is Kyrie an idiot for falling for this?
Yeah.
Because some stuff there's obviously like the Mormon. Like if you look at the history of the Book of Mormon, it's like, okay, if you believe this, you're allowed to believe in it. But if you look at like, especially just watch the South Park episode, it's just you have to be an idiot to fall for it.
Yeah.
But you're entitled to be able to fall for anything.
Did you see Candace Owens' documentary?
No, the White Lives Matter.
Yeah.
I know what it is.
That's another one that I want to watch to see, like, if it's blindly slanted to the right or if she is like spitting facts.
Right. Yeah, for sure.
If everything I've seen from her is pretty factual.
It's hard to. It's funny, the idea people can create stuff where they have a non-biased like that 9/11, the new Pearl Harbor, like that documentary. That dude never gives an opinion the entire time. He just literally spits fucking statistics, and then he like the whole thing is like, you can use this information to make your own fucking assumptions.
Yeah, use that information then to make your slanted documentaries.
Yeah,
because if like mainstream documentaries were like that, it'd be boring as hell.
Right.
Yeah,
that's true. There always has to be somebody who's fucking the bad guy from the beginning that you're pinning shit on to get people riled up to.
But yeah, I am interested in. I want to check out both those documentaries.
Yeah, the first one for even more so than the White Lives Matter, because like, well, who cares about like the ripple effect that documentary had. Is insane.
The Candace Owens one?
No, the fucking the Black Israelite one.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what's funny is
because you have to like whatever. I guarantee Kevin Durant has seen it.
Yeah,
and he was probably like, "Hey man, he's allowed to have," because he wouldn't like he was very Fifth Amendment on the situation.
Was he asked about it?
How could he not be? Yeah.
He's on Plays for Brooklyn, right?
He's still like, hey, he's not on the same team. I think it's like Kyrie's allowed to do just being allowed to do Kyrie. It's weird you're talking about all of these people are moguls. Like these all are 100 millionaires. If Kyrie wanted to never play basketball again, his grandkids are going to be fine.
Right. It's funny, we've all the talk about this documentary on Twitter and in the news and shit, and we don't even know the name of it.
Yeah, that's it. I was literally thinking that. I have no idea what it's called.
Yeah,
fucking Mein Kampf 0.2.0 or whatever. And, dude, the funniest thing is Boozy's, Boozy's documentary.
No.
You know what he named it?
What?
Is My Struggle.
Really?
Which translates into Mein Kampf.
Yeah. Boozy Badass, the rapper.
Yeah.
Fuck, man. What's it about? Just coming out of the trenches?
Yeah.
Being black?
Because he's from Baton Rouge.
Oh, really?
And then he transplanted to Atlanta because I think that's the safest city to be black in the country.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. I think that's where 21 Savage got shot. Or that's where he shot somebody. I can't remember.
Well, he's also not an American.
Yeah.
So he's on his own.
Yeah.
Sydney Sweeney said in an interview recently that in the past, people had posted images of her like in nude scenes in Euphoria and tagged family members in them. And it's like, that shit should be illegal.
Harassment.
Or fucking like they should be charged with like attempted incest solicitation.
Yeah, that's like planting incest.
Yeah,
right.
Like what are you doing? Like I don't care what you're doing. Like even if somebody is saying something you don't agree with, like that is. You're biologically set to like be repulsed by that. What like people shouldn't be allowed to. Even like they're starting to regulate crypto. They need to regulate that shit.
Yeah.
Like that is fucking. It's just wrong.
Yeah.
And I'm somebody who does not. I do not like Sydney Sweeney.
Do you think when the FBI plants child porn on people's computers, do you think they just open it up and at them, and then the act of adding them brings it up on their phone? You know what I mean? Yeah,
like they can do it from without even ever having to touch your computer. Yeah. I'm sure they could, yes.
It's essentially the same thing.
Send you an email that it doesn't matter if you open it, it's just on your fucking computer.
Yeah. Yeah. Imagine being her dad, though. Opening
shit, if they can't, I shouldn't give anybody any ideas.
Yeah, really.
Man, defense tech, quote unquote, is fucking wild.
Yeah.
Just in case you want to compromise your enemies, that's what you can do. Just basically just create a company that the entire existence just violates your constitutional rights.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Imagine being her dad and just turning your phone on and your daughter's massive titties are on
right,
there.
like that shouldn't be allowed.
Yeah.
They need to do like.
But I guess on the flip side, like she's probably like the biggest new like sex symbol.
Yeah, kind of.
I mean,
I haven't. I'm in the very small majority. I've never seen Sydney Sweeney nude.
Really?
Yeah. Because so like I start like Euphoria. That just seems like fucking. I don't know.
It's so when I was in college,
it seems like a femophilia or whatever, like propaganda.
Yeah.
Normalizing having sex with people that are teens.
Well, my old roommate, when season 1 of that show was on, he was real into it and he was trying to get us to watch it, and he put it on, and it was whack. Because right. so obviously the actors are adults. Yeah. But they're portraying high school kids.
They're all people that have birth defects that make them look like children.
Yeah.
This weird niche work.
But it was just weird because it's portraying children fucking each other and doing drugs. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, while they're doing it naked, from what I've heard. It's just like, I don't need these people. It just seems, the whole thing seems weird.
Yeah.
That I'm just not, I have other interests.
Like, that show, the only people that should be watching that show, well, nobody should be. But the only people could be justified watching that are people that are like 16, 17 in that.
And with the storyline, I've always said this thing. It's like when it comes to sex scenes and stuff like that, sometimes that stuff's written into cinema. Mm-hmm. But if like you're trying to are people watching this show to fucking jag off, or are they watching this show to be entertained?
Right.
So it's like porn and entertainment, and softcore porn is stupid, but it's basically tricking a bunch of people into watching softcore porn.
Right.
make the story more interesting. I feel like if you have a bunch of kids fucking hooking up and being nude, the storyline's probably lacking, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Bunch of cliffhanger.
Yeah, I don't know anything about the storyline.
But I'm guessing there's a bunch of fucking manufactured cliffhanger endings that are inserted in.
Yeah. For damn sure.
Yeah, unnecessary cliffhanger endings, and that's just how you get. Man, have you seen this? Shit's really good. There's boobs and cliffhanger ending.
Oh, is she knocked up or is she not?
You can't tell me if you have a show that's based around a chick that has a nice set of tits is going to be successful. Of course it's going to be.
Yeah.
And so, like, I tried watching White Lotus or whatever, the show that everybody's fucking seems to love. and I could not make it through the first fucking episode. I couldn't make it halfway through the first episode because whatever reason, Sydney Sweeney seems like she has like a mental disability in that, and it just it makes it intolerable.
Yeah.
And I'm not really with retard exploitation.
Yeah, it's pretty rough, isn't it? Like you know Walt Jr. from Breaking Bad?
Yeah.
Was that kid actually have palsy in real life?
I'm not sure. He sure makes it seem like it.
Yeah. I wonder if he could has to get paid extra to avoid a future lawsuit or something.
Does Sydney Sweeney show her tits in that show?
No.
Wow. Really?
Because in White Lotus, she's like a child. I think she's like 15.
Again, why? What's the point of making her that age?
Well,
why are they making somebody who's kind of looks retarded and then
has big tits,
but you're supposed to be attracted to?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Was she
what the fuck
in Euphoria? Does she act the same way as she did in White Lotus?
No.
Okay.
Is she sharper?
She was not a high schooler.
Oh, okay. I thought they were high schoolers.
Is she sharper in her responance?
That was
yes.
So okay, so my theory
in White Lotus, she'd be like, yeah. And it's like you're slow.
My theory on the first season of White Lotus. So you know at the very beginning where the manager, the gay dude with the mustache, he's talking to that fat bitch, who's a trainee, and he's saying pregnant. The goal is to keep everything vague. We don't want them to know what they're doing, why they're doing it, or even where they are.
Right.
And then everything in the show from that point on was like that. Like everything was like, what the fuck? Like, what am I watching? What's going on? And so when those two dumb bitches, when they would talk like that, I felt like that was part of that theme in the show.
Yeah, it's like they are they on fucking Cody? Like it sounds like are they drinking cough syrup?
Did you get to the point where
I made it halfway through the first episode.
So the one girl has a backpack. The second
time Sydney Sweeney talked in that show, I turned it off.
So the one girl has a backpack filled with every kind of pharmaceutical drug you can think of. And so they proceed to just spend the rest of the show, just doing drugs.
Okay. And then so does that supposed to make pharmaceuticals look good or look bad?
Yeah, I don't know.
That's...
yeah. And they seem to be having a good time on them, so...
And were any of them synthetic? Because whatever they're trying to produce, you have all these legal drugs. They just take Molly and you probably have a better time. Like, why?
Yeah.
You could just make it, if you're in paradise, you can just buy Molly off some native. There's like 100% chance of you being able to do that. It's just like, why insert the pharmaceutical aspect?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't even remember I think it was Adderall. I think they had some Xanax and shit.
Yeah.
But at one point, so that show's marketed as a comedy, right?
Right. Yeah.
So
that and Alexandra Daddario is the only reason why I consider, like, she's one of the, I feel like the most attractive people in Hollywood.
Really?
I didn't
even know who she was before I watched that.
Sydney Sweeney acting like a retard trumped her attractiveness on something that's supposed to be would be something that I would actually consider.
Yeah, I did not find that show too funny.
Yeah.
There was funny things, like the gay fucking hotel manager like found their backpack of drugs and stole it.
Yeah.
And he like goes in his office and starts doing all the Adderall and snorting. I think they had coke or something in it, and brings one of the other like worker dudes in and starts eating his ass while he's like doing the drugs and shit. Like that was probably I think I giggled a little bit at that.
That's also kind of realistic.
Yeah.
I know a lot of gay people.
Yeah.
And that's how gay people behave. That's just how gay people. And I'm not even at the stealing it, doing drugs and having sex.
Partying.
That's the existence of gay people.
Yeah, but
I mean that slanderous. I only say that in a state of envy.
Yeah, really.
I wish that was my entire existence.
Yeah. But anyways, I mean that was the only scene that I found somewhat humorous in that show. And I don't understand why. It's like they say it's a dark comedy.
Yeah. To seem more of like a drama.
Yeah.
I think comedy is just a hook to get people like me to actually consider watching it.
Right. Yeah, dude. Yeah, dark comedy makes you it's to attract all the edgelords. Mm-hmm. And then you're just seeing Sydney Sweeney and her giant tits act like a fucking retard.
Yeah, and I don't need retarded tits, man. That's just like it's the Victoria's Secret thing all over again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you talked about that on here?
Yeah, oh yeah, that's like the producer's name was Victoria, and she had Down syndrome, and that's it was like openly said it, but I was inspired by that employment thing.
Are you talking about the Down syndrome model
For Victoria's Secret? Yeah.
What I don't get about that,
I've noticed, like Sydney Sweeney's tits. I've never seen that Down syndrome model because I don't want to confront the feeling of like, oh, hey, I would fuck that.
It's
retarded
borderline
person.
pedophilic, in a way.
It's exactly.
But so people with Down syndrome have certain like body. Their body is shaped differently.
I'm sure she has a big old fat retarded ass. It's because it's how they're built.
So
her butt, like
what I'm getting at though is she wasn't. She was like, from what I remember, maybe I'm remembering wrong, but she was like tall and skinny, but then just had a Down's
big old
face.
And I'm saying, when I say that, I meant that is utmost compliment.
Yeah.
Her body type is like idealistic. Well, I don't want to look at this like. Let's say there was some retarded chick that she's already set like that. It's just it's immoral marketing.
It is.
It's what it is.
Yeah,
and
hopefully
it's like
they paid her
people
well.
on supporting this, like, and then you can't tell because you're also not wrong.
Well,
you're like especially from the neck down, like that's.
She hasn't modeled again since then.
Right.
All that was just a virtue signal for Victoria's Secret.
Yeah. And then
it was a huge talking point for like a month, and that they just kicked her to the curb. She's probably at home like fucking teething or something.
Why am I not a more model?
Oh Christ!
Because like the thing about because nobody made this. I'm sure nobody made the connection of like. Because she's also kind of like a body positivity. Like, I'm sure she's a couple of pounds, like, overweight. And nobody had that aspect. Like, nobody was also, like, correlating it to that.
Yeah.
Because, like...
That's a good topic.
It should have been used like that. But you can't also call this retarded person overweight.
Yeah.
You can't bring attention to that.
Yeah.
When you're already objectifying a retarded person.
Yeah. Shit.
And of course, that's the company that's for Lex Wexner's that makes it make a little bit more sense.
And what did he do again?
He gave Jeffrey Epstein like one of the most valuable pieces of real estate in Manhattan.
Yeah, that giant mansion he had.
Yeah, that townhouse.
Is that vacant still?
It could be, or it went well below asking price probably because of that. Like I think Little St. James Island sold.
Is that Pedophile Island?
Mm-hmm. I think that's like 100-something million.
That's it?
I think so, yeah.
For the island and everything on it?
I think so, yeah.
Where is that island?
It's a Caribbean island. How do you acquire the assets to where you can afford the most expensive like townhouse in New York and have enough money laying around to then buy Little St. James Island?
The weird, the really,
the guy doesn't have he was an investment Jew. I don't know what the hell. Like
a really interesting thing about him is he wasn't like he had no liquid cash.
Right. Exactly.
He was given everything.
He was also managing assets from a long time from that. Like he was again like turning investors away.
Yeah.
You needed billions of dollars to even be able to. So I'm sure that like the Mossad and CIA probably have an algorithm to only find a way to make successful investments in Wall Street.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's probably not that difficult to do. And the government probably has technology like that, and that's what he was probably using, something to that.
If the Mossad and the CIA came to you and they were like, hey, we're going to make you a billionaire.
Yeah, if the CIA and Mossad come to you, you have to say yes.
Yeah.
Because they'll just kill you.
Yeah.
And if they're
would you be down, though? Like, if they came?
But yeah. What are you going to do? Like,
you just play your hand right.
You can say yes and then maybe try to buck against the system once you have resources.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But there's no point to like openly make yourself an enemy of the state like
right.
that. Like the deep state.
Yeah. The deep state is so terrifying.
Yeah.
It really is.
It really is.
It is horrendous.
So if they're coming to you to give you where they're like you don't have to sacrifice somebody and you don't have to like there's no downside of that. Of course that you'd have to work with them. All right, so Japan's first unmanned mission to the moon ends in failure after they weren't able to see the moon. Japan claims they lost communications with the rocket, so they weren't able to see where it was going. But everyone knows that they couldn't see the lunar module because of the shape of their eyes. And everybody in the aeronautics industry knows that, but they're just saying that to agree with him in hopes that it won't anger them and then get them to get back into cahoots with Germany to run back World War II.
Or torture their fellow Asians again.
Because, people know that Japan is, like, capable of just straight up atrocities. So I feel like everybody kind of treads lightly with Japan.
Japan, like, is pretty slept on in some of the shit that they've done, dude.
It's weird how much when it comes to propaganda around China, why they haven't, like, China isn't constantly running smear campaigns against Japan.
Yeah. It's only a matter of time before China tries to swallow up Japan.
Because, like, the rape of Nanking, people don't realize, like, that wasn't within the like, the time span of, like, I'm pretty sure there was television at the time when rape of Nanking was going on.
The Stop Asian Hate shit was so funny because nobody hates Asians more than other Asians.
Right.
Different Asians. When Japan was top dogs, I don't remember, probably World War I, maybe World War II, when Japan was the motherfuckers going into, like, China and the surrounding Asian countries and absolutely decimating them.
Yeah. They had the arrogance to attack one of the, most renowned military at the time of the United States.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were going into villages. I can't remember if it happened in China or some other chinky country.
Yeah.
But they would take the men and they were driving, like, rusty wires through their testicles and making them walk through the streets with these like wires, whatever, driven through their balls, and then they just kill them after.
Yeah. There's weird things about when it comes to torture. I don't know how much is it human response, but like, or like something takes over. But like, if you're already, when it comes to you shoving something rusty through your nuts, for one, that's already fatal. You know that, like, like, your body can't like.
They didn't have tetanus shots back then,
right? So you're done. Right. Well, like, why not then just to like buck back to where you're just gonna get killed? Like,
but maybe they had their families. I don't know.
Like sucking dick at gunpoint, like in Django Unchained. Have you seen Django?
Hell yeah.
When he sucks, like, at one point, like, just bite the dude's dick immediately, and then either wrestle for the gun, and then, like, what's the point of you sucking that guy's dick? Because he's clearly gonna kill you after. Like,
that's what I always think about, like, with the cartels. Like, because I've seen enough heinous cartel videos of people getting hacked apart, where I'm like, unless your body goes into shock to a point where you can't function, the only sensible thing to do is to stand up and just start fucking, like, attacking.
Exactly. So, like, I need not even, but, like, if just go act like you're gonna suck it, and just punch him right in the fucking dick, and then wrestle for the gun. Like, that's.
You know what's scary is, what if they don't have guns though? So either way, you're going out via machete.
Yeah, but I'm just thinking about the Django Unchained situation. But like, that's at one point I just start running away. You know what I mean?
Pride, maybe.
I guess that's the. Like,
what else would it be?
Yeah,
it's either pride or you're just, I don't know.
But like, at one point, like, there's also fight or flight. I feel like you're not running away. You're not being a bitch. Like, that's in, like, sometimes tigers run. Like, tigers aren't bit, like, sometimes you have to you have to run.
Yeah.
Like, that's, you have to use your ability to evade getting killed.
Yeah.
There's nothing bitch about that. Being humiliated in public square, there's tons of like bitch shit about that.
What does rhino even mean?
I don't know what it is, but I just know it means it's just you're against
you're not a Republican. Basically.
You're Uncle Tom of your party.
Yes.
Yeah. Europe's space agency recently employed the world's first disabled astronaut. When asked about the reasoning behind the hire, they said, "Hey, fuck it, he's retarded. Why not send him up there? Our space program isn't exactly the greatest. Why risk losing one of our normal people when we have plenty of these mentals sitting around?" The one thing that's kind of nice is that can a disabled person use their legs in space?
That's real?
Yeah. That's real. Europe's space thing.
But what kind of disabled is he?
He's not retarded. But
he's physically disabled?
I was just advantageous there and used this disability as a disability to call a person retarded.
I mean, it's fair enough.
I think that's cool. And if that's the possibility, why hasn't he been the first, like, you can kind of give this person his legs back for a little bit and he has, like, an advanced math degree. Why aren't you sending more of these? astronauts should be just exclusively disabled people.
Yeah.
Because they'd sit there and be like, appreciating every single second of like the fact that they're like, dude, I'm using my fucking legs right now.
Right.
And maybe you could even use to like lead to you being able to gain some function back in your legs.
Gain a function.
Yeah, there you go.
Beep that.
All right, that's going to do it for this week. Join us next week when we discuss if that retarded Victoria's Secret model or her ass are actually fat.
What's the matter with you, boy?